The way Prabhsimran using the pace, using the area on the offside, behind square, in front, you bet they're going to give them the black soil. Suren, what if this inning didn't come? What if he didn't get the start he got this season? I still believe that he should have been there. Chris Lynn catch, I remember many years ago, he was like going down near the boundary line, and then he put himself back and then he was inside. But this, he has to go back. He has to jump. He has to have that presence of mind while being in the air and then throw the ball. Ankush Raghuvanshi and Ajinkya Rahane batting together, that's a big problem.
Was there a single moment in this chase where Punjab Kings did not look comfortable? The answer is an emphatic no. In spite of losing 2 wickets, Prabhsimran and the skipper Shreyas Iyer put on 139 half centuries for both of them. 80 not out for Prabhsimran, 66 for the captain, his second consecutive 50, his third overall in this tournament in 4 outings. And Punjab Kings, they zoom straight to the top of the table and they win this game by 7 wickets. Their third consecutive victory over the Mumbai Indians, who slumped to a 4th consecutive defeat. If this, by any stretch, has to be a dominant victory for Punjab Kings, they could go all the way, and that is the question that every fan is asking. Welcome to Amul Cricket Live. I've got Irfan Pathan, I've got Mitch McClenaghan. This was some statement victory for Punjab, going into the Mumbai Indians den at the Wankhede and winning by that margin, Irfan.
Absolutely. Punjab was very comfortable from the word go. The way they bowled, the way they had the plan, the way actually Arshdeep started with the new ball, and then when the time came to chase, their Sarpanch, their captain, their leader, he was in total control from the word go. But look, the one guy I'm thoroughly impressed with is Prabhsimran. Having a dual role, especially being a wicket keeper. Last year, it was English who was wicket keeping and then he was opening the batting, Prabhsimran. But this year, wicket keeping, opening the batting, and the maturity he's showing, it's top class. Him being actually playing really well with such maturity makes this Punjab Kings team even more stronger.
Yeah, we'll talk about Prabhsimran in detail, but from Mumbai's perspective, a 4th consecutive defeat, and the fact that Jasprit Bumrah not only wicketless, but if you take him for over 40 runs in his spell of 4 overs, things are not looking that great for the 5-time champs.
Yeah, not looking great at all, are they? Look, I think off the bounce, he was already in the same position he's been in every other game, bowling the second over after the first over goes for 21. He's always in a position where he's having to try to do damage control, and you really need to get him out in front of the game. Bowl the first over, get out there, put some pressure on the opening pair. So there's a lot of problems that need to be solved for Mumbai, and that's just one of them.
Irfan, hindsight is a beautiful thing. Had they just held on to this chance, maybe things would have been different, but Prabhsimran made it count and he punished them.
Back foot point has to be a proper fielder there, right? It was not a third man, it was a back foot point. Bumrah, bowls in over, stands there, it's tough, and him being there, you expect better field placement there, but still, you want to catch that. The way Prabhsimran using the pace, using the area on the offside, behind square, in front, using the slow bowlers, and in front of them, he's using the feet regularly. We have seen that against Jaydev Unadkat, and we have seen that today against Deepak Chahar, where he knew that, every time they're going to use slow delivery, he's going to use the feet. But when he's not using the feet, he's actually using his balance to the good effect. And that's why the maturity, that's why the understanding of the game. And this bounce, he used it to his good effect because he's got a high back lift, and when it comes down and then he's got a balance which he has right now, he's going to score runs, and that's why he's scoring a lot of runs consistently. This is his second half century this season, and he's been, in such a small time, he's become one of the prolific run getter for Punjab.
Irfan used a word maturity for Prabhsimran, but the one man who's got dollops of maturity, and yet again, the Sarpanch, he orchestrates this chase. He's the natural diamond for Punjab Kings. It's Shreyas Iyer. I mean, you could paint rosy pictures all day long for the way Shreyas has batted, but to do it time and again, third 50 in 4 outings. Yeah,
phenomenal, really. Every time he comes to the crease, you feel like he's in control. Comfortable throughout again tonight. Timed the ball beautifully, gave one chance, but at that point, the fixture was gone. What I do love is that he seems to build partnerships. Partnerships are still key in T20 cricket, and he's the master of them.
I want to get Irfan also into this conversation because Irfan, there is a bigger narrative around Shreyas Iyer, and we know what that narrative is. The T20 side, the fact that he's not found a place, the captain that he is. There's so much to talk about Shreyas, but it seems that he's getting closer and closer to that dream of making it back to the T20 side. The unbeaten streak for Punjab Kings continues, and Sarpanch is leading by example. Last year, he got 600 plus runs at a strike rate of 175. And this year, he's striking at 187. That average has gone up by miles. And that narrative that we keep talking about, Shreyas Iyer back in the Indian setup for T20s, Irfan, he's done everything possible to make sure that he stakes the claim. Do you think he's getting closer and closer to that India call?
Suren, what if this inning didn't come? What if he didn't get the start he got this season? I still believe that he should have been there. And I've been saying
in
this
spite of the performance.
In spite of that.
Yeah.
And I've been saying that not now, I've been saying that for a very long period of time because he's got the skill. He's got the skill to play in the middle overs. He's got the skill to play spin really well. Sometimes we struggle when the ball is gripping. He is the guy who's got the technique. He's actually improved against the fast bowling, but his main strength always been playing the spin, standing and delivering. That's why he needs to be there. He will be there. He won't be far away from that, the way he's playing. Look, he's in total control. Most importantly, what you want to see from a guy, especially who's senior, he's a white ball vice captain for Team India already in one-day cricket.
Yep.
He's away from T20 cricket, but he's got all the attributes to lead the side. He's got all the attributes to play really well under pressure against the spin. I don't think so. It's far away.
The coming few weeks are going to be very interesting as far as Shreyas Iyer is concerned. Hardik Pandya batting, and how brilliant was that catch from Xavier Bartlett in the end? Because the scoreboard will say it was Xavier Bartlett who took that catch, Mitch. But jokes aside, Shreyas Iyer, the catch of the tournament so far.
Yeah, well, you heard Shreyas say it was his catch in the post-match presentation. And to be fair, it was. He did all the hard work. And Xavier Bartlett gets the accolades. Phenomenal balance to be able to compose yourself over the boundary, know where Xavier Bartlett is, and be able to flick it back with such control. Catch of the tournament.
3.5 meters high was that jump. To have the awareness to be in the air, to release the ball, throw it at Xavier Bartlett, to figure out where he is, that takes some special skill, Irfan.
And you need a fitness for that. You need the presence of mind to do that. So everything has to work together because it was Hardik Pandya's catch. You know that he can take the game away from you, and you need to make sure that the game is all about inches. This ground might be about 70 meter, but we always talk about those inches. He was inches away from that boundary line. That is outstanding effort. Chris Lynn catch, I remember many years ago, he was like going down near the boundary line, and then he put himself back, and then he was inside. But this, he has to go back. He has to jump. He has to have that presence of mind while being in the air and then throw the ball. To understand, okay, how far I need to throw the ball. Yesterday, there was a moment where two fielders were next to each other. One guy, I think it was Samad, he was actually trying to throw the ball while running. And it was difficult to actually throw the ball to the fielder. It went away.
Control, yeah.
But here, he was in total control. He knew even while being in the air, he was showing to his partner Bartlett how far he is to throw the ball. That is outstanding. That is unreal. That is a sign of great fitness.
And you registered a dominant victory like that. You got a couple of heroes. Prabhsimran with the bat, Shreyas Iyer with the bat, Shreyas Iyer with his safe hands at the boundary. But as far as bowling is concerned, there was one man, and he was part of our storytelling before the game. Two wicketless leaders, the spearheads of the Indian bowling attack. Jasprit Bumrah went wicketless, but Arshdeep made it count.
Hero, maximum mileage performer of the match.
His 2 wickets in the power play, 3 overall. Did that really push Mumbai on the brink in that power play?
Oh, massively. The first 5 balls were dot balls, and then taking his 100th wicket and then his 101st wicket in 2 consecutive deliveries was phenomenal. Look, we spoke about how it was going to be an advantage for him to bowl to the 2 left-handers at the top. Irfan mentioned he'd been missing the ball down leg side to the right-handers. The 2 left-handers gave him the opportunity to produce the results that he got tonight, and it was a phenomenal start.
Mumbai only have 2 points in their kitty, only one victory, and that was in the opening game that Mumbai played against KKR. They've got 9 games remaining, and if 8 is the cut-off mark, they need to win 7 out of 9. So let's take a look at the fixtures for Mumbai Indians that are coming ahead, and they will play Gujarat Titans, and they're also playing CSK twice. They've got teams like RR and Punjab, but the next 3, on the 20th, it's in Ahmedabad against GT. Then they play CSK at Wankhede, and that is going to be a cracker. And then they travel, no, they don't travel actually. They play Sunrisers Hyderabad, who are traveling. Explosive teams. I'm just looking at the batting lineups, considering that we've spoken so much about Mumbai's bowling. Sunrisers Hyderabad is going to be a tricky affair.
That one, but even Gujarat, you bet they're going to give them the black soil. They're not going to give them the pitch which has a bounce because they have the black soil there. So Mumbai Indians needs to make sure who are their spin, first of all, spin attack from both the ends, and who are the spin hitter. They need to use them and they need to keep them in a good frame of mind because it will be an important factor in that game.
Let's explain this narrative from the Mumbai Indians perspective. What I just mentioned, they've got 2 points, they played 5 games, 4 losses, and they're right now 9th. Well, teams 8th, 9th and 10th have 13 trophies between them. There's a mid-table jam. Sunrisers Hyderabad, DC, GT, LSG and CSK who are on 4. But GT, tomorrow, if they win against Kolkata Knight Riders, they could go to 6, a clear number 4 spot for them. But Punjab Kings, RCB and Rajasthan Royals, the 3 teams that are looked the most solid right at the perch. We've got a game coming your way from Ahmedabad. KKR, who are searching for points, who are searching for victories, are up against Gujarat Titans, who got that opportunity. Well, good money says Irfan that GT would be walking in as favourites, considering they're playing at home and they're taking on a battered KKR. Is anyone giving KKR a chance right now? Mitch, we don't make it that blatant, Mitch. Okay. But KKR have a few problems right at the bottom. They're wooden spooners currently. But we've seen some magical things happen. KKR, they're looking for magic. Do they get some in Ahmedabad?
Yeah, look, plenty of problems. There are so many problems KKR has, starting with the batting, starting with the way they start. But my issue with, especially when the pitch is slightly slow, Ankush Raghuvanshi and Ajinkya Rahane batting together, that's a big problem because they both struggle against the spin, especially the strike rate. When the strike rate is concerned, that's one big problem. Finn Allen, they thought, they could have bank on him, but he didn't score much runs. But yeah, let's see what they do, how they play spin, because Rinku Singh had a good memory in this ground. But I think they're going to keep an over of Rashid Khan against Rinku Singh. At the same time, can they get ciphered in and get some good start going?
Mitch, I would have loved to come to you to ask you about your opinion on this game, but I think you've already given us one. So thank you so much for that. But Ahmedabad, the Narendra Modi Stadium, is going to play host to Gujarat Titans versus the Kolkata Knight Riders. Join us at 6:30 p.m. for live coverage. Jio Hotstar, Star Sports.